fierce, and it concerns this quartet. Quantum Impact trying to bridge the gap with the big board. The two of them about a neck or so apart, and now Quantum Impact takes over in the final 100 yards. Quantum Impact for Andrea Azzini, and Rafe Beckett will win the opener. The big board being pressed for second, just holds on from fierce.
After him, Jamie Spencer now just asking for a bit more. Hello Arthur up the inside is also pressing the leader as well, but Desert Cop is finding plenty in front and striding on with some purpose here inside the final furlong. He leads by 2 lengths, and Desert Cop will see them off and goes on to win. Tight for second, Sharp Power together there with a
Havana Blue and No Go Stream now moving through to Chartwell House. Monopolise from off the pace. Harry Magnus, Pink Jacket, but into Fly Home inside the furlong. Havana Blue, No Go Stream. Harry Magnus threading the eye of the needle under the Buick Drive. Harry Magnus surging through, getting up. Harry Magnus sees off Havana Blue.
The length or so clear. Quantum Impact in second, then Yakolev and Fierce, and it concerns this quartet. Quantum Impact trying to bridge the gap with the big board. The two of them about a neck or so apart, and now Quantum Impact takes over in the final 100 yards. Quantum Impact for Andrea Azzini, and Rafe Beckett will win the opener. The big board being pressed for second, just holds on from Fierce.
After him, Jamie Spencer now just asking for a bit more. Hello Arthur up the inside is also pressing the leader as well, but Desert Cop is finding plenty in front and striding on with some purpose here inside the final furlong. He leads by 2 lengths, and Desert Cop will see them off and goes on to win. Tight for second, Sharp Power together there with a
Havana Blue and No Go Stream now moving through to Chartwell House. Monopolise from off the pace. Harry Magnus, Pink Jacket, but into Fly Home inside the furlong. Havana Blue, No Go Stream. Harry Magnus threading the eye of the needle under the Buick Drive. Harry Magnus surging through, getting up. Harry Magnus sees off Havana Blue.
The length or so clear. Quantum Impact in second, then Yakolev and Fierce, and it concerns this quartet. Quantum Impact trying to bridge the gap with the big board. The two of them about a neck or so apart, and now Quantum Impact takes over in the final 100 yards. Quantum Impact for Andrea Azzini, and Rafe Beckett will win the opener. The big board being pressed for second, just holds on from Fierce.
After him, Jamie Spencer now just asking for a bit more. Hello Arthur up the inside is also pressing the leader as well, but Desert Cop is finding plenty in front and striding on with some purpose here inside the final furlong. He leads by 2 lengths, and Desert Cop will see them off and goes on to win. Tight for second, Sharp Power together there with a
Havana Blue and No Go Stream now moving through to Chartwell House. Monopolise from off the pace. Harry Magnus, Pink Jacket, but into Fly Home inside the furlong.
Welcome back to Goodwood. Runners are arriving down at the start, we think. We can't see an awful lot. What is that like when you're riding with such poor visibility? I mean, is it a lot easier than it looks?
It's okay. The issue is when your goggles start steaming up, but I would have thought from a jockey's perspective they'll be able to see more than we can see on the TV screen, so it won't be so bad for them. But it's never ideal when you're in this sort of weather and your goggles start fogging up and so forth.
Quantum Impact is the favourite. The right favourite, do you think?
I can understand why it's favourite for sure. The ground is going to be a plus. The team's in very good order, and he brings strong form from last season. But I just got a funny feeling that the horses were going to benefit that have had a run, and I'm really keen on Havana Blue. I thought that was a really taking comeback effort in behind the non-runner Harry Magnus last time at Newmarket. I actually didn't see him in the paddock that day. I wasn't at Newmarket, but you see him. He's a big, strong son of Havana Grey, and you'd imagine he will definitely be strip fitted for the run.
Yeah, you'd have to think that. Of course, the winner of that race at Newmarket is out, Harry Magnus, and quite a big price actually. I thought he'd be a little bit shorter, 16-5 now. Thought he might be favoured actually. Physique at 5-1. First time tongue tie, has won once from 3 starts, won a novice stakes. And what did you think about the Chelmsford run last month?
Well, that was in a deep race, obviously behind Boldak. That was a Kentucky Derby trial, and you can not put a line to it by any means, but off a mark of 9-1 had plenty to find at the weights on that occasion, so that was a blowout. I don't think there's any inconvenience coming back a furlong and trip, and obviously the first time tongue tie is interesting, but again, I suppose you would be slight question mark on the ground maybe, because I think it's going to be proper hard work today.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I think so. It looks that way, doesn't it? And I think one at a big prize that you might want to be on your side in this ground. I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, it's hard to gauge what's going on, and we're here, George Baker and I, but the runners are loading up, and Quantum Impact is the favourite, and quite a strong favourite.
Yeah, it brings strong form from last year, obviously it has to overcome the break. The softer ground should not be an inconvenience. As we said in the paddock piece we just did, Rachel, I was very keen on Havana Blue. I felt he would benefit massively for that first time experience at Newmarket when finishing behind Harry Magnus, who's a non-runner in this. And I think this ground is going to be perfect for him, and he's very, very sort of a colt to follow through the season.
It's going to be very testing, really hard to get through, I think, this afternoon. Altad Prince had a big prize won at Leicester back in October, over 6 furlongs on heavy ground, and big odds today. Probably be no harm to keep him on side, I thought.
Yeah, for sure. I think horses that are effective on the ground is going to be key, and fluffed his lines at the start last time, so you can kind of forgive that run.
So it's all gone very quiet here at Goodwood. Not entirely sure where we're at with the loading process, but we are past post time, and we're ready. Here's Ian Bartlett.
Racing for the first 7 furlongs is the trip for this handicap. Zabi was one of the best of the runners away. Physique has taken a prominent position as well. Boy Browning is a little deep on the course as they begin to settle down. Quantum Impact is towards the running rail at this stage. Havana Blue in the maroon and yellow jacket is at the back of the field. Novus is also towards the rear. They're beginning the turn to home, and it's Physique who leads. From now, Altad Prince running in second place, and Zabi behind this in third. Then comes Sharp Power. Quantum Impact is in 5th position at the moment. Boy Browning is behind this, followed in by Novus in very dark colours, and a yellow cap for Havana Blue, who's at the rear of the field. Heading then towards the halfway stage and the run into the straight, and Physique has the advantage by a half length. Altad Prince is running in second place. They move towards the centre stand side of the track. Zabi in green and white quarters is behind this, and Sharp Power is behind those showing in 4th. Quantum Impact behind this, and then came Boy Browning. They're followed through by Novus and Havana Blue, who is towards the back of the field. But they head down the straight now. We probably won't see them again until the furlong pole. The last time we saw them, it was Physique and Billy Loughnane who had the advantage here. And here they come now, down to the final furlong. Quantum Impact is trying to launch a challenge. Zabi trying to get into it as well from the back of the field. Novus is running on. Physique being tackled now by Zabi and also Novus. And it's Novus and Tom Queen get up to reach in second position. Zabi. Physique was behind these, and then came Quantum Impact, who may be just narrowly 4th.
Yeah, Novus has won the yard, absolutely flying. Gary Moore, this filly by Dandy Man, a second career success for her. Tom Queally on board. Zabi back in second, another team in great form. Richard Hannon, his horse is going well. She's gone close, much better than her reappearance. And Physique back in 3rd place for Paul and Oliver Cole. I'm going to ask you, George, what did you make of it? But we didn't really get to see an awful lot. But those two, Novus and Zabi, were well out the back. They finished strongly, clearly.
Yeah, they did, and Physique obviously sort of kept rolling along, and was the best of the bunch that were up there. sort of dictated what looked to be a very sensible gallop, but it was hard to see. We only got them in eye line sort of after a furlong and a half or so. We had them around the top bend and then the home straight. You can just see Physique just fading inside the last half furlong when getting challenged on the inside by Zabi and Alec Vikansky, and Tom Queally. Body language exuded confidence when they came into shot, and always looked like he felt he had things covered on Novus, and he was right.
Yeah, she's a little bit up her sleeve, I think, as well on the line. And there you can see the photo for third. Physique was in there, Quantum Impact further back in fourth. Quantum Impact came there with a challenge, but I don't know whether it's just the absence of the ground or whatever, but just sort of didn't stop quickly, but didn't really pick up as I thought he would.
I agree. It would be interesting to watch it back again to see how well Andreazzini was travelling, but you can forgive any horse just benefiting for a run today, because it's going to be very deep ground and just sort of very sort of steady hitting the line late on, just got tired late on.
There's Gary Moore coming back to welcome Tom and his winner Novus into the winner's enclosure here for the first race, and I think many of those picnic benches will be used today. It's a good crowd here though. It does feel like we're all prepared for quite a big celebration at Goodwood, but the weather is sort of ruined that for now anyway. But there you go, first race done and dusted. The William Hill Extra Places Everyday Handicap Class 3, and it goes the way of Novus for Gary Moore and Tom Queally. Well, Novus has won her first race at Goodwood. Well done, Tom. We didn't really see an awful lot of it, so just talk me through it.
No, neither did I. The visibility's quite bad, but she loves that ground, and she'd form on it from last year, and she sort of needed the run